Yeah.
This is gonna be funny. I can't wait for this.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So
So
refund
this
guy.
refund guy is what I call him. Yeah.
That's what you call him. Okay.
What I call him. That way nobody can go harass him. You
Yeah,
know,
absolutely,
we,
absolutely. We ain't doing none of that. Yeah,
we're not about that.
not about that. Yeah.
It's now a funny story.
Yep. Definitely a funny story though.
Um, I mean, it wasn't that funny at the time,
At the time, yeah,
but it's funny now.
absolutely.
Okay, so let's see.
It was
Um, I guess we can give some background into
a
how I met Refund Guy.
refund guy. Come on now.
All right. So this is 2022. Um, like the year right after my divorce, because I got divorced
hmm
in August of 2021.
hmm
I moved to Maryland January 2022.
hmm
Um, and so I'm just in Maryland, fresh start, new place, single, um,
hmm
all that stuff. Uh, yeah. And so I'm chilling, not really like going out on dates that much. Uh,
Yeah.
I mean, I did like because I wasn't quite ready
Yeah. Yeah. That's understandable. Yeah.
necessarily. I mean, I did um like go out with one guy
Yeah.
I met at the mall. I call him Candyman
Oh,
because
Handyman.
because he worked at a candy kiosk.
Okay.
Um, and I mean, he was a nice guy and
Yeah.
everything. Just like when we went out on a couple dates,
hmm
I just realized that I wasn't interested in him romantically.
Yeah.
So like I let him know that um
hmm
quickly because I
Yeah.
don't feel like, like wasting someone's time. But I did say like if you want to be friends, we can be friends because I do enjoy our conversations and hanging
Yeah.
out with you. But he wasn't interested in that.
Oh,
So
he wanted to date you.
yeah.
Is this
So
refund guy? This isn't the refund
no, this isn't Refund Guy. This is
guy. Okay.
Candy. That was Candyman. Sorry,
Candy man.
we're
These
leading
freaking names.
we're leading up to we're leading up to Refund Guy.
hmm
Because we gotta make a story, right? Uh,
hmm
um, because we're on the stories group.
hmm
So yeah. So but he was a nice guy. It just didn't like pan out
hmm
with him because I wasn't interested in him romantically and he didn't want to just be friends. Um
hmm
so that's fine. Then we fast forward into like I guess it's June. I wasn't on dating apps before this. But then
Yeah.
um in June I got a call
hmm
or my ex texted me
hmm
kind of throughout like a little bit. My ex would text me every so often and be like, "Hey, can you send me a picture of the cats?" Because I got the cats in our divorce.
hmm
Um, and so I would send him pictures sometimes just to be nice.
Yeah.
And then uh so he texts me in June and is like, "Hey, I need to talk to you." So I'm like, "Okay."
hmm
Uh so then and he asked if he could call me. So I said, "Yeah." So then he calls me um and he had asked me if after he tells me whatever he had to tell me that if we can FaceTime so he can see the cats. And at first I say yes because, I don't know what he's gonna tell me. Then he
Yeah.
then he goes on to tell me that he's dating my cousin. And
Mhm.
I wasn't too thrilled about that news, to say the least. Uh,
Yeah.
so um then, I just decided after our call, which did not end super well, that
Yeah.
I did not want to FaceTime him and he didn't deserve to see the cats.
Yeah. Mhm.
And
Absolutely.
then I was like a little bit upset and kind of sad. And I talked to my um, roommate at the time,
Yeah.
and um, he helped me uh, sort out my feelings or whatever. And then he
Yeah.
suggested, and I was kind of thinking, he suggested me getting on a dating app. Um, you know,
This is your cousin?
no, my old roommate.
Oh, roommate. Oh, okay, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, gotcha.
He suggested I get on a dating app, and he suggested Hinge. He said that's a good one.
Mm.
So I was like, all right, I'll try it. Um, maybe it's time. I mean, my ex has moved on, right? So maybe
Yeah.
I can move on. I mean, I have
Mm.
moved on. It's not that I hadn't moved on. It's just like maybe I should start putting myself out there again, I guess.
Yeah.
So I was like, let me try it. Let me try
Hmm.
dating apps. Let me try it. So I went on Hinge, made a profile and everything. And
Yeah.
I got a lot of matches. Uh, a lot of matches.
Hmm.
A lot of people interested, a lot of guys interested,
Yeah.
which was like a little overwhelming. And also
Mm.
just kind of like funny too. Well, because it also made me think of like, um, so like one of the last things that my ex had told me
No one will want you.
before yeah, basically,
Mm.
it's like no, he said no reasonable man will want me.
Are you,
That's what he said.
that's crazy.
Now I'm not sure if any of these people, these men that were on the app were reasonable or not, but
You so silly.
but
I'm sure some of them were, but okay.
of them probably were. But there was quite a few that were interested in me, so that felt good, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
That felt good. Um, so I did go like on a few dates,
Yeah.
um, and like, was chatting with people. And so the
Mhm.
refund guy was one that had reached out.
Mm.
I had found him attractive. He found me attractive. We matched,
Mhm.
whatever. We were starting to talk on
Yeah.
the app. And then he he likes to talk to you on the phone, which I appreciate.
Mm.
Like I like to talk to people on the phone too. Like just texting is not like
Always. Yeah.
always
Yeah.
that great. So I was like, okay, yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
Um, and so he called me. And at first I wasn't FaceTiming him because, I
Mm.
just wanted to like hear his voice and like have a conversation for a little bit. But then like
Yeah.
I was comfortable, so then we FaceTimed. And we had like a 3 hour conversation, like our first conversation. It was like a 3 hour
Wow.
conversation on the phone. And so it
Mhm.
was really nice. And we set up a date. We set up a date for bowling to go
Mm.
bowling. And then I had told him that I had a friend that was coming to visit um that weekend. So I had said, hey, when my friend is here, I'm not gonna really be like texting or communicating because I'm gonna be, focusing on hanging out with them
Yeah.
here. So um we had scheduled the date for after my friend left on like a Tuesday.
Mm.
Um and so the Monday before, like after my friend left, I texted him to see if like we were still good for the date. I didn't get any response. So I was like, okay, that's weird, but
Yeah.
whatever. Like,
He initiated.
yeah, I mean, he had asked me
Yeah.
out, like the date. Uh,
Yeah.
well, like went well. I enjoyed it, whatever. So then, like, yeah, so nothing. And I'm like, okay. Oh, and on that like phone call, he
Yeah.
ended up like following me on TikTok because like I showed him that like we got to talking and I was talking about how I like to sing and like I'm on TikTok and
Mm.
singing videos. And then so he followed me on TikTok. So I knew his social media like name
Yeah.
um
Mhm.
from that. So then so I guess I got ghosted or whatever. So I'm like, okay, whatever,
Mhm.
it's fine.
Mhm.
Um I had gone on like a couple other dates um from the app and there was one guy that was like a really great date. It was a good date, but
Yeah.
I realized like it was like I just realized that I wasn't really ready. Like I wasn't into it. Like
Yeah.
really into dating at this moment.
Mm,
Like I'm not here. Like I'm not like I don't want to date right now.
yeah.
I want to like focus more on like myself and healing. I'm just not in the right place for this. Like I'm not giving like one of the guys, it was a really great date. Like he was a nice guy. And I just felt bad because I wasn't giving him the like I don't think the time or the energy that he deserved in my
Yep.
and so
Hmm.
I was just like so I texted him and I was like, "Hey, thank you so much for the our first date. It was great.
Yeah.
Um, I'm just not like at that place right now. I thought I was ready to date again, but I'm not.
Uh, yeah.
Um, so so I'm sorry. I wish you well in your, things, but I won't be going on a second date with you. And he was like, he responded, he's like, oh, that's fine, no worries. It was great to meet you and all that. Um, and so that was it. That was the end of that guy.
That wasn't refund guy.
That was not refund guy. We haven't
Okay.
quite gotten to that date yet. There's more.
Okay. Okay. No, no, no. Take it slow. Take it slow. You got time.
I'm trying to fill up our like time, Trey. So
Yeah. No. Hey, I'm loving. I got questions. So
background.
I got questions. Go
So
ahead.
then, let's see. So then in July,
Yeah.
like, um, I get, I think it was on Instagram. Yeah,
Hmm.
on Instagram, he found me, refund guy found me. And I knew it was him because he had the same social as what had followed me on TikTok.
Yeah.
So like I knew it was him. And
Yeah.
he found me and he goes, "Hey, you look familiar. Have we met before?" or something like that. And like this is after he didn't reply, like after we had had a date. So I was a little bit like mad. Like I was
Yeah.
mad at him. So I was like, yeah, I said something like, "Yeah, you look familiar too," or whatever. I think we'd had like a conversation on the phone or FaceTime or something. I don't know. I told him I said something like that. I don't remember
Yeah.
exactly what I said, but it was like, "You look familiar too," or something. I don't know.
Hmm.
I thought he was joking. I thought he was like trying to be funny,
Yeah.
but then he didn't say anything after that. So I was just like, whatever. Then,
Yeah.
then I think it was like, I don't know, August. Yeah. So that was July. Then in August, he finds me on Snapchat
Mhm.
and he adds me on Snapchat and he's like, "Hey, how do I know you?" Or what, or like, no, he said something like, "Hey, I have you in my phone as this." And I was like, "Yeah, because we met on Hinge." And like, and he was like, "Did we ever go on a date?" I was like, "No." He's like, "Why not?" Well, we had like a 3 hour whole conversation. I was like, "I don't know. You tell me why we didn't go on a date. You're the one who didn't answer."
Yeah.
So then he calls me because he still had my number.
Hmm.
He calls me and he's like apologizing or whatever.
Yeah.
He's like, he's like, "Well, I definitely want to meet you and go on a date with you." So I was like, "Okay." So I was like, "Let's just, fresh start, fresh
Yeah.
start, do exactly what we planned before. Um, bowling and
Okay.
whatever." I was like, "Let's do what we planned before."
Yeah.
Um, so he's like, "Okay, cool." And I was like, "And if you stand me up again, or if you don't like show up, like
Yeah.
done." Like it's
Now this is refund guy.
this is refund guy, yes.
He already has stood. He's already stood you up once.
I mean, like he just never confirmed
He
it. So
never confirmed it. Yeah.
I just didn't like we didn't, end up doing anything. So yeah. But I was like, if that happens, like this is done.
Let me clarify that real quick because I'm gonna actually make this into a snippet. Is would you say that that's standing a female up or that's standing someone up when you because they can go either male or female with this, but if you say, "Hey, can we go on a date?" This and that, and then there's like you reply back. It's not like you took a week to respond. You respond like the same night, and it's like "Hey, yeah, like that's kind of something that."
I
you
would
know,
say
you're
I would say if
Mhm.
you don't, I think like if you're asking it, like in his case, he never even
Yeah.
responded. Like it was like I totally
Yeah,
that to me is like standing you up, right? Because you didn't
exactly. Perfect. There we go. And
right.
I'm back. Sorry about that.
That's okay. That's okay. So I guess what I was saying was like so in his case, he definitely
Yeah.
stood up because he didn't like reply. He just like basically ghosted me. Um, Now there
Yeah.
weren't like solid plans. I mean, there was, but there wasn't because like I was coming back. That's why I asked, like, are we still doing this?
Yeah.
And like what time and stuff.
Mhm.
There was no reply. Now, if you do that, like it's okay. Like let's say something comes up, right?
Yeah.
Let's say something comes up that you had no control over. As long as you're
Yeah.
communicating that, like, and then setting up a like an alternative, I think that's totally fine. That's not standing someone up. That's communicating that this happened, you know?
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
then making plans like like for something else,
Yeah.
huh? Like for another time. Like
Right.
that's fine.
But to initiate it and get the ball rolling, and then you
And then
just
you
don't
just
you just ghost. Yeah.
like that's rude.
That's
And
rude. Yeah. And I know a lot of guys that no, I'm sorry. I know a lot of females that who has had guys do that to them. And that's
I,
why I'm saying this. That's why I want to emphasize this.
no,
Go
I've had
ahead. Go ahead.
that. I had that happen even like with other like hinge guys too.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
I was already kind of used to that.
Yeah.
But this
Oh,
is
you
like
started getting used to that.
no, just a little like, just like not like used to it, but just like I mean,
This happens. Yeah.
it happens sometimes.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
why you confirm. You just confirm. And it's
Yeah.
like I'm not showing up to some place. Like I'm not just showing up to some place. I'm making sure
Yeah.
that I'm still doing it before I
Yeah.
like go somewhere and then
Absolutely.
what.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So anyways, so yeah, so we did that. So I had
Yeah.
told him and he was like, I won't do that. I promise I won't do that.
Yeah.
Blah, blah. I'm like, okay. So we made like the plan. I think I double checked, or like he might have even texted me like to make sure, I don't know, that we were still doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, this time it was coming quicker than the last time because I didn't have like a friend coming that time.
Yeah.
So um yeah, so uh I go we like met halfway in between like where we both lived because like um I'm in Maryland, he was in Virginia. Um,
Mm.
so like we met halfway
Yeah.
at like a bowling alley, like it, and I feel like that's okay. Like, like
Absolutely. Yeah.
it's for both of you, so it's not like one person going
Exactly.
too far. Um, and so that was cool.
Yeah.
We agreed on a time to meet. So like
Mhm.
I headed out there.
Yeah.
Um, and then I met him. He
Yeah.
had flowers. It was great. He brought me sunflowers and Gerber daisies, which
Refund guy.
yeah, refund guy.
Okay.
Still talking about refund guy. We are. Yeah.
All
So he
right. So
brought
he bringing flowers. All right.
me flowers and he brought me sunflowers and Gerber daisies, which sunflowers were his favorite flower. And I love
Mm.
sunflowers too. And then he was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, these ones because they're pink and it like reminded me of you." He's like, "I couldn't remember if I had found out your favorite flower." And I was like,
Mm.
"Well, these are like one of my favorites."
Yeah.
Um, so you did good. So I'm like, "Good for you." And then he opened
Yeah.
the door for me. Like it's all going really well.
Yeah.
And I'm like a competitive person. So we had already like
Mm.
established that. Um,
Yeah.
he's like kind of competitive too. And
Mm.
I'm a bit playful in that regard. So I was like, so we made like a bet um
Mm.
for the bowling thing. It's like
Yeah.
um if he won, he got to like choose the next date. If I won, then I got
Mm.
to choose the next date, like what we would do,
Yeah.
basically. Um, and so I was like, okay, like we can do that. Um, we played, he ended up getting me like he asked me if I wanted like food and a drink there. So I did get food and a drink. He ended up not eating or getting a drink or anything.
Mhm.
So I was like, and I felt a little bad because he said he wasn't going to. So I was like, hey, I can pay for this if you want, since you're not eating. And he was like, "No, no,
Mm.
I got you, I got you, you know, because like for me, it's like I felt a little bad and a little weird, like him not eating with me, you know?
Did he ever say why?
Um, no, he didn't really say why.
Mm.
He might have already eaten. Maybe it was financial
Maybe
reason.
it's financial reasons. Yeah.
I don't know. Uh,
Yeah.
he didn't really say.
Yeah.
So I was just like, okay. But since he offered it to me and I hadn't eaten, I think he had said I think he said he had already eaten, which I thought
Mm.
was interesting because like, the date that we had was like around like food time.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's fine.
Hmm.
Like you don't always get food at a bowling alley,
Yeah.
but so it's cool.
Hmm.
But I hadn't eaten, so he offered to like, but then I was because he wasn't eating, that's why I was like, I can pay for it,
Yeah. Hmm.
'cause,
That was a kind gesture. Absolutely.
um, that's just how I felt. But anyway, so we play bowling.
Hey, just side note here. The woman
Yeah.
I'm or person I'm dashing for name is Kara.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but it's Cara.
Oh, it might be
So
Cara.
it may be Cara. Okay, okay.
Might be, or it could be
Yeah.
Kara.
It does be.
Yeah.
Go ahead, I'm sorry. Okay.
No, it's cool. It's cool.
I
Um,
teach it from American Deli.
but yeah, so he actually ended up winning the
Yeah.
game of,
Hmm.
but I do bowl pretty well. Um, I took bowling in college
Yeah. You
as
said
well.
you did. You
I
took
did.
bowling in college?
I did.
Yeah.
Because we had to have this is a side story to the
Hmm.
story. But we had to have a PE
How you
class
doing? I'm doing
every
pretty good. I'm here for Kara.
year.
I
So
appreciate it.
I took bowling because I thought it was gonna be a slough class, but it was not.
Hmm.
Um, my bowling professor was very serious about bowling.
You
Anyway,
really serious about bowling?
that's a different story.
Yeah.
But so back to refund guy and the
Mhm.
date.
Yeah.
He won, and then there was like an arcade at this bowling alley.
Hmm.
And so since like the game was over, like we
Yeah.
decided to play um different like arcade games.
Yeah.
So we played air hockey. I beat him in
Hmm.
air hockey.
Oh,
Uh
really? Okay.
did. And
Wow.
then we played
So,
some other and
so at this point, though, at this point, everything is going good. Like,
things are going well. There's nothing
there's
crazy.
nothing crazy. Wow.
Um
Wow.
uh let's see. We got to like the basketball shooty game, which I'm
Oh, okay.
actually
Okay.
really good
Yeah.
at.
Yeah.
And so like he wanted to do another bet.
Yeah.
And he said it I think somewhere throughout our date I had told him I said
Hmm.
I don't kiss on the first date. Um,
Okay. Yeah.
and so it might have been here. Um
Hmm.
because he was like he wanted me to kiss him if he won. And I said no, I don't.
Yeah.
Um he was like, "What about just on the cheek?" So I said,
Oh, wow.
"Fine."
All right. Thank you. You
And
too.
said if you win, then I'll kiss you on the cheek. But I already
Okay.
knew I was gonna win the
Yeah.
basketball. I
Yeah.
already
Yeah. Mhm.
I did end up
Yeah.
winning.
You
So
will. Yeah. Yeah.
I knew I was.
Like, you actually pretty competitive. I'm like, man, she's winning everything.
I'm really competitive.
I see.
I didn't win bowling.
Yeah.
And I didn't win a couple of the other games that we played, like the
Yeah.
arcade. Um,
Hmm.
and maybe I didn't win air hockey. I think I might have though. I'm not.
Yeah.
Anyways, so then we get done with that.
Hmm.
Um, so we like are going out of the bowling alley,
Yeah.
and like he's like not quite ready for the date to be over, but
Yeah.
so then he asked if he could come back to my place. And I was like, no.
Oh, man.
I
He
was like,
asked.
yeah.
Yo,
And I was
that's
like, no.
already a flag.
I said, no, I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I don't kiss on the first date, so
Yeah.
I don't have you.
Definitely don't.
Don't have
Yeah.
you back to my place.
Yep.
Um,
Absolutely.
like I just met you. But then we sat in his car and we were listening to music. Uh,
Okay.
music that I like.
Yeah.
Um, because he wanted to know like what music I like. So we were listening to some Romeo Santos because I like Romeo Santos and
Yeah.
just like different things. And then I asked him what music he likes because he asked me. And then
Yeah.
he told me that was personal. So I was like, okay. I didn't
He
push it.
said, well, he said he did what?
He said that his taste in music was personal. So
What? Oh my goodness.
I was
Second
like,
red flag. Go ahead. No, I've never heard that in my life. This man said that you asked him, "Hey, what kind of music?" No, 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 no. Let's replay this. So y'all in the car listening to music again. He puts on what you like to play, right? Okay, all right. So y'all jamming, y'all grooving. He put on what you like, this and that. Okay, cool, cool. Y'all bumping. This man, you didn't go to pursue and ask a question of interest. Hey, what kind of music do you like? And
uh-huh.
he says
That's
it's
perfect.
personal.
Uh-huh.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
I've never heard of such a response. That's insane.
Neither had I. So I was like, I wasn't gonna push it though. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna like push your boundaries, like if that's a boundary for
A
you.
boundary, like
I don't know. It's a little
I
weird
mean,
to be
it's
like,
a weird boundary. Like what the heck?
okay,
How,
it's
how
cool. And
dare
then
you
he's
ask me
like,
what type of music I like?
I was like, you asked
Like
me,
yeah, he asked you. Yo.
but whatever.
Yeah,
It's
that's
cool.
insane.
It's cool. And so like we're like hanging out,
Oh my goodness,
you know.
I would have been so weirded out by that. That's I wish I was on a date with a female and she said something like that. I would challenge that so heavily. I wouldn't do it rudely, but I'll just be like, personal. Okay, okay, but you asked me though.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
No, I wanted like that is literally where my mind went at that like moment. But I was just like,
yeah, you're the female. You're the female. I get it. Yeah,
not
you being more
gonna
cautious. You being more cautious. Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not gonna push
I'm
it.
not gonna push it. Yeah, I get it. You shouldn't. I don't think you should. Yeah.
But
But
that is
yeah, as a male, I'm like, what you talking about? You don't like music?
you don't in this personal, Trey.
Yo, that's crazy. No, but
Anyway,
go ahead, go ahead. I'm sorry.
anyways,
Mm.
so then I think he was like kind of like over the night since he wasn't gonna get to go back to my place.
Are you
Um,
serious? He like so he showed that in his demeanor?
it kind of felt like it, but then he also, I mean, kind of, but not really. Like it was like a little bit. uh, Anyways, then he told me that he had like court in the morning or something.
What? Hold on. Hold on. Court for what?
Apparently he was like uh suing his ex over money. Uh, so he had that in the morning.
Yo, refund guy was already suing his ex over money. Yo, he's hey, he get his money. Yeah, that's what it looked like. He make sure he get his money back.
Apparently. Um,
Apparently.
apparently. So then like so I was like, okay. I was like, that's cool. So he's like, he's tired. So I'm like, and we both
Oh my
to like
goodness.
drive back.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
it was like a half an hour for each of us, I think.
yeah.
Like
Hmm.
where we met. So I was like, that's cool. Like it was late.
Yeah,
It's cool. But like in my mind, I'm thinking, you're the one who asked me, like,
yeah, yeah,
if you could come to my place like after our date. And if I had said yes, you probably wouldn't have even like made a big deal about the like time.
yeah.
Like that's
Hmm.
what I was
Hmm.
thinking
That's
in
what
my
it seems like. Absolutely.
uh, but like since it's not going there,
Hmm. Hmm.
it's
Oh, it's getting late. He has curfew. Yeah,
which is fine. Like, it's fine. Like, it's fine to end a date. Like, it's fine to like be like, hey, I'm tired. It's fine to like do
absolutely.
there's nothing wrong with that. Um, and we did have to both drive, and if he did have this like court thing in the morning, like he
Yeah.
could sleep and whatever. But
Hmm.
anyhow, So there's that. Then we were like, and it's like, but I did have, so I had these like, and there was like other kind of things. Like it was kind of like he was a little bit love bomby on like our
Mm,
conversations, like a little bit kind of like, like I remember mentioning like a divorce and just how like I had kept my ex's last name and I was like, I won't, change it until I get married again. And he like had made some kind of like comments about like to his last name. And I was like,
mm.
I'm like, yeah, we'll see. And like in some of our other conversations, he had talked about like even like gifts that he would get me for Christmas and different things. And I'm like, we're not even like,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Red flags.
so I'm like, so like to me, uh,
He's getting attached seemingly very
it was,
close. Yeah.
yeah, it was just kind of like those were giving me a little bit of like my ex's like love bombing
Mm.
vibes. And so like after
Can
my
you
first
can you describe love bombing? I just want like just for
love
the content.
bombing, so like
Yeah.
love bombing is like where oh, what is the actual definition? Hold on.
No, well, I mean, you could define it if you want to define it in your way, but yeah.
Okay, so like love bombing is like to me, it's like where you're like it's like you barely know this person that you just
Hmm.
but you're like infatuated with them and you
Hmm.
like I love this about you. Like it was like basically like the entire night he was telling
Hmm.
me how incredible I was, which is great. Like I am incredible. But
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
like but like it was like basically like you're perfect in everything. Like he's like
Yeah. Yeah.
you can do this, you can do that. And I'm like, well, yeah, I'm really great, but like, I'm also not like, like
Yeah.
I think like there has to be
You're not delusional. Yeah. It's
yeah.
like,
And so
yeah.
so it's just a little bit like to me it was like too much. Like and it
Too
was like
much. Yeah.
a little bit. But also I was trying to like at that time I'm still like in the process of healing from a
Yeah.
lot of stuff, like, from the stuff from my ex, from
Yep.
the divorce and all of that stuff. And so I'm like,
Hmm.
so when I got home, like it was like I had a really good time on the date.
Yeah. Yeah.
There were like to me some like what I called yellow flags, like caution
Yeah.
things to me.
Hmm.
I was like, is this just my trauma? Is this like real? So I ended up calling my sister that night, just to like ask her because my middle sister, because she had been single the longest and had the most like dating experience
Hmm.
um, of my sisters. Uh,
Yeah.
and like me, because I had only ever dated my ex-husband.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm new to this. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, that's fine. Hmm.
is this like so I was like just telling her like how it went. I was like, I'm like he did all of these great things, but there was these things, and I'm like, is that just me being traumatized from my
Yeah.
past relationship, or is this like
Hmm.
something I really should be like worried about? Um, and she was like, she's like, just keep it as a caution right now, because like nothing seems like too crazy, but it's also like, just be cautious.
Yeah.
Like basically is what she said.
Hmm.
I was like,
Hmm.
okay, cool, cool. So like we like we like texted back and forth a little bit. I asked him how the court thing went. Did not go well. Um,
Yeah, man.
yeah.
Refund guy. He's over here wanting everybody money. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Then, um,
This man never paid for a meal in his life. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
I mean, he did pay for the date. He did.
Trust me, Kara. Somehow he got that money back. He refunded that money back. Trust me.
Well,
Somehow.
anyhow, so then like since he had won, right?
Hmm.
He was the one like he had won the bowling. He's the one that gets to choose what we do for our second date.
Yeah.
I mean, within reason, obviously.
Yeah.
Like we'll
Hmm.
have the choice to like, you know, revise it, of
Yeah.
course. So his idea of a great second date is a movie night at his house. And I said a movie night is great, but
Mhm.
not at your house.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
You see it. You can tell. You feel the vibes. Yeah.
well, and I don't like for me, and then I just laid out to him like my boundaries basically. I
Yep.
was like, I was like, I don't really know you yet. I'm still gonna
Yep.
date you. Um,
Hmm.
and so like I would like our dates to be public
Yep.
for a while
Yeah.
until I feel comfortable. And then when I feel comfortable, you can come to my house, I can go to your house,
Yep.
like you can do that. But like, if you're planning a date,
Yeah.
then like let's make it like public in a public place.
Yeah.
And so he was like, well, how long, like he's like, well, how long like is this like whatever? Because he's like, because I don't have like a lot of money for like going out on like all these extravagant expensive dates. And I was like, first of all, it doesn't have to be extravagant. Like I'm not like that
Right.
like I'm not that super picky or like spoiled basically. Like you can take me, like there's so many things that we can do for free around here. Like I live close to DC. Like they're like all the museums are free. Like um
Yeah, but bowling isn't breaking a bank. Like, no.
and I'm like we can go for a walk. Like I love to go for walks. I like all of this different stuff. Like I'm giving him all these like
All
space,
these options. Yeah.
right? And like
Uh,
you don't have to. Like I know I said that I liked sushi and that was like my idea of the second date, but like we don't have to go for sushi. Like we don't have to do like expensive things. Like I'm not like a super expensive person.
excuses.
Um
Yeah.
anyway, so I'm like whatever. So like
Yeah.
I said that and then and then like um so I'm telling my sister this.
Yeah.
I'm like talking to her, I'm like, I don't know. Like, I don't like he then asked me like how what the timeline would be for it. And I'm like, I can't tell you like
Yeah. What the heck, bro?
because it's like
Red flag. Yeah.
right. Because I'm like, I don't know. It all just depends. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
it's like there's like I it's like if you want a timeline, probably like 3 months. Like
Yeah. Like, what the heck does he
I
expect?
don't even know.
Yeah. That's crazy.
I was
Yeah.
like, I don't know. I was like, it varies. Like,
Yeah.
just depends. And so yeah, so that was like his whole thing about like it being an issue. And my
Yeah.
sister, like, she was like, well, so her husband, like my brother-in-law, like she kind of like told him too. And he's like, look, if a guy is really interested in you, like,
Exactly. He
oh,
doesn't
like
care how long.
they'll he doesn't care how long
No.
he'll find creative ways to like
Yep.
go on dates, like even if he
Yep.
doesn't have a lot of money, like he'll
Yep.
find ways to like, take you out.
Yep.
So it's obvious that he doesn't
Hmm.
like you, like,
Yeah.
you know, and I'm
Yeah.
like, that's good to know. So then
Hmm.
after a while, like we kind of had like went back and forth a little bit, but then after a while, I was just like, you know what? I was like, I just texted him. I said, I don't think that we are compatible.
Mm. Hmm.
Um, so
Hmm.
forget about the second date. Don't even worry about it. Um, like, yeah, don't worry about it. Thank you for, the fun evening. It was fun
Yeah.
at the time,
Yeah.
but I don't think we're gonna work.
Yep.
It seems like our values don't align.
Yep.
So then he was like, well, I want a refund for the first date.
With the bowling?
Mhm.
Oh my goodness.
So now I will never ever give a refund ever again. Uh,
Okay. 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 Hold on. So what's making you say that? Or do you want to tell the story of what happened first?
what's making me say that is that I did end up giving him a refund. Like I gave him 20 bucks.
Yeah.
I did. But that was partly because like for me it was like um I didn't want him to like not that he
Mm.
necessarily could take me to court, but he already took like his
Yeah,
ex
this man taking people to court for $20.
I don't know. I don't know what it was for, but I was like,
This
I don't
man's
want to deal with that.
crazy.
I was like, I don't want to deal with that. I was like, I don't have time for this. I was like, I have
Yeah.
the money. I'm like, whatever. I would have
Yeah.
gone like bowling is fun to me. I would have done that by myself. So
Absolutely.
but basically, and I did offer to pay for my food, and I was the only one who ate. So like, whatever. I'll send you 20 bucks. So I sent him
This
20 bucks.
oh, he just disgusting. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I sent him 20 bucks and then I blocked him because I was like, it's
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
Over, whatever. Um, now I will like I don't think he deserved a refund. I don't think he needed a refund. Like
Not at all. Yeah.
honestly, I wanted like I what I wanted to say was I want a refund of my time
Oh man. Hey,
and the time
shots
that
fired.
I want a refund of that. So I think
Yeah.
like since I want that refund, I think
Yeah.
we're even. Like the
Yeah, I
time
agree. I agree.
or whatever. So that was like kind of like my thoughts on that.
So
But
learning lesson though. Learning lesson. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So just so that anybody who's watching this is clear, you will not be getting a refund for me if
There
you
you go. There you go. Yep.
you go on a date. There's no refunds.
Yeah.
No refunds.
Absolutely. That's insane to ask for 20 freaking dollars. That's like what the heck? You have that such low self-esteem. Like you need help. You need help, man. Like, what you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like you need help. And that's okay that you need help. But you will not get a woman. You will not get a female. You will not. No one will want you until you work on yourself, brother. For real, whoever you is. But yeah, for real, I'm dead serious. I hope he is.
You hope he hears.
Hope he is. Crazy mess. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah. So there's that.
Yeah.
Um, and then, well, so then I went home for the holidays, and
Mhm.
my hairdresser from high school and I had a good laugh over this whole um
Ordeal.
ordeal and the
Yeah.
my terrible dating choices of 2022. Uh,
Hey, you didn't know. You didn't know. And that's the thing you won't know. You got to kiss a bunch of toads. Not saying literally, but you got to kiss a bunch of toads until you find your prince or princess. Like that's all a part of it. However, you can learn from the past ones, and you can also learn from just other people's mistakes and signs and stuff. But
yeah.
you never know. You never. I don't think you ever just know.
It's true. And so
Mhm.
then, so you think that this is over with refund guy, right? Like you're like she paid him back. And then like she blocked him on her phone, right? So it's like it's done. It's over.
Yeah.
Um but apparently it's not because let's see. Like I mean 2023 I didn't hear from him at all.
Yeah.
But last year, February of
Mhm.
2024,
Mhm.
I get a message on my Instagram. And I recognized, the name.
This isn't you're not talking about the recent one. You're talking about okay.
No,
This is
I'm
a
talking about this is 2024.
wow. Okay.
February
Okay.
last year. 20, he found me on Instagram.
Wow.
He said, what did he say?
Well, I calculated and it was 25 instead of 20. What do you say?
No, 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 no.
Okay.
Well, money. What he said was, he said, "Hey, Kara, it's been a long time since we went on a date. Um, if you're still single, do you want to go
Oh,
out again?"
freaking pathetic, man.
And I was
You
like,
you pissing me off. But go ahead.
I didn't reply to him. I mean, I looked at it and I laughed. And like I almost
Oh,
said, like,
goodness.
dude, I almost said I wanted to say, well, my standards haven't changed so unless you have. No.
Wait, you
But
said what
I
changed?
I didn't say anything. I said my standards haven't changed. So unless you have, then then this is a
Hold on,
def
okay. I gotta put you on speaker. My AirPods died.
oh
Okay,
no.
hold on. One. All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
So
Sorry.
you didn't hear what I said. I mean,
No, I didn't.
I didn't actually say this. I just didn't reply. But
Okay.
something I had thought of to say
Yeah.
was unless my standards haven't changed. So
Yeah.
unless you have, then this isn't gonna work. Like,
Yeah.
or also, did you forget how like it ended between
Yeah.
us? Like, did you forget? But I just didn't reply. And I
Yeah.
sent it to like my girls who knew about the story and
Yeah.
we had a big laugh and then moved on.
Yeah.
Um, and so then again, I'm thinking that's the end because obviously I didn't reply to him. Like I ghosted him. I didn't say nothing. I didn't say anything.
What?
No,
Somebody sent an IG message.
yeah, IG message. I didn't reply to him.
Okay, good.
Um, Yeah, there's no reason to. Like,
Absolutely.
um,
But you said you were thinking in your head
in
if
my
you had.
head, I was thinking these things.
Okay.
I
All right.
came up with a whole bunch of responses in my head.
His message was, we haven't been on a date in a while.
Yeah,
Oh,
like a year,
oh my
or
goodness.
well, more than a year actually, a year and a half. Yeah, been
Was
a
he
year.
older than you? Younger? Like, was something wrong with him?
Slightly younger than me. Apparently, apparently that's my type.
Nah. It's just, man, he sound like he got something wrong with him. Because it's just like, bro, it's just not clicking with you. Like, what? Like,
Yeah.
you and then you double back around and ask, you haven't been on a date in a while?
He
And
said, and he said, yeah, he's like, hey, we went on a date, or no, either we haven't been on a date in a while, or like, you know, it's been a while since we went on a date. Do
yeah,
you, if you're still single, do you want to go out again? No.
yeah that's insane. That he would even ask that.
Um, yeah. So that was
Oh,
um
good.
I just like laughed at it. I sent it like I had funny, like, I sent it to the girl chat.
Yeah,
You know, we laughed, we made little responses. Like my friends even had like their own responses, and my sister had her own response.
I cannot.
We had a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, I cannot.
And then, so you think like that's over, right? Because
No.
you think it's over because like I didn't respond. So it
Yeah,
should be done.
should be.
But no.
Good.
I recently got Facebook again,
Yep.
your groups.
Yep.
And that's the reason I got it again. And so like I think I removed him off of my Instagram because I
Yeah.
had like, private and different things. Because of like stuff.
Yeah.
But anyways, so like I had done that. And so I think I had taken him off my Instagram, and I'd already removed him from my Snapchat.
Yeah.
So he found me on Facebook. Oh, he found me on Facebook.
Yeah.
And this year, January, I mean it's January now. But so this year he says, hey Kara, how you been? Still single?
Crazy. Crazy.
Oh. So
Like,
I didn't reply again. But
that's insane. I would have thought he was like pranking or something.
oh man, maybe he is, but made me laugh.
It's like, bro, like you playing around.
Why are you coming back? Like I didn't even like reply to you. You know, my sister said, which actually made me laugh too, because I told her again. Like again, I shared this out to the girls.
Yeah.
She's like, he wants $20 again.
That's what I already told you. That's what I'm saying. He's trying to do whatever he can to get. Hey, these are tax write-offs. He's doing something.
It's $20 again. I was like, oh, that's funny. I don't do that no more.
He's doing something with those $20. That's all I'm saying.
No more refunds.
No more refunds. This man getting tax write-offs or something. Okay, he's doing something.
No, it was funny. I was like, no. So that's my story.
Man. Yeah, my headphones died right on time because I wanted to make sure I heard all this. But yeah, this is crazy. I don't feel any type of bad for him. Um, I think that, how he handled the situation, I think him as a man, he needs a lot of work. It's sad. It's really sad. And it's just like, I'm sorry. I apologize that you had to go through this, but it sounds like you definitely learned the signs of the time. um, and I think that, again, it's something that is very much so a level of just sadness that people navigate like that. It's sad people navigate like that. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you wonder who raised you. It's like, who raised you to be that way? You
Yeah.
know. But you got some really cheap guys out there too. They get real cheap, and they will
Mm-hmm.
do these type of things. Like they've been raised right and everything, and they just still, you have that too.
Yeah.
So can't really say. that there is something wrong or someone, you know, that he hasn't been raised right, because sometimes they can be and they still act like that. So,
Hmm.
you know, but I appreciate you for being transparent and willing to share this story. I'm gonna have a fun time cutting this up. Uh, I am, because this is sad in so many ways.
I mean,
But
I
it's
laugh at it. Like I laugh at it now.
absolutely.
I mean, I
I,
think I blocked. I'm pretty sure I blocked him now on Facebook too. So like, he
mhm.
shouldn't be able to find any of. He shouldn't be able to find me. I mean, unless he finds this, I guess. And if like, I mean, I wouldn't personally. If you do find this,
Yeah,
I wouldn't comment. But I mean, if you want to, that's up to you. But like, personally, I would say don't show yourself.
yeah, exactly. I'm for real. A lot of guys just can't take no, and their pride and ego is also another. It's like, but you did this to yourself. Learn from it. Learn from it. If you really want a female, and that's what tells me that you don't. If you don't, as a guy or a female, you don't learn from why someone walked away from you when you thought everything was good or when you really wanted to date them. You don't learn from that. Then what are you doing?
Well, I guess I never actually told him what he did wrong, but
But he could analyze it himself.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't even have to tell him. You could just like say, "Hey, it's good." You don't have to. You know what I'm saying? You're not someone's teacher. And
Yeah.
it's like, you know, like you don't have to. He can sit there, analyze, and then take a different approach. But to do the same thing again, that's the definition of insanity. And unless he's insane, you know, but it sounds like he could be, because he keeps doing the same thing, expecting a different result. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Brother, get your act right. You know, for real, get your act right, and then come and holler. But until then,
Yeah. I
oh,
mean, don't try me again. Okay, look, it's not gonna work for me. We're done.
there you go. There you go. No, you've learned. You've learned. That's why you saying what you're saying. You've already learned.
Don't try me again, but like,
Uh,
for the next one.
for the next one. Exactly. Exactly. Sounds like you've learned your lesson.
Oh, I did. Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you. I appreciate this. I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna hit, you can stay on, but I'm just gonna stop the recording. Um, but I appreciate you. Thank you so much for sharing this. And just thank you for your transparency. Like I said, that is a huge thing. Sharing something like this is not easy. Going through something like this is not easy. um, but you took it upon yourself to share and showcase this level of transparency. And for that, I am grateful. Let's just talk Trey. Let's just talk stories with care. Until next time, y'all. Peace. In this thing. Boosh.